collectors, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's one of those cards that's really packs a punch, but is a super easy card to make. I used some of the It's My Party Designer Series paper for the background, and the stamp set that I'm using today is called Party with Cake. It's lots of different images for all kinds of birthdays. It goes great with that paper. And then I'm also using our Party Pop-Up Thinlits, and these are pop-up dies that make pop-up cards. And I will attach a video to this video, but I just wanted to do that. But I want to show you a different way to use them. So, to begin with, I'm going to come in with some of my supplies here. And what I've got is a piece of crushed curry cardstock. This is 8.5 by 11, scored at 4, or 8.5 by 11, cut in half, scored at 4 1/4. So it ends up being 5.5 by 8.5. And then I scored at 4 1/4, which just gives me your basic card size. And I picked these colors because it's part of the paper pack. And then the next piece I have is going to go on the inside of my card, and this is actually 4 by 5 1/4, and so that's going to layer in there and have a nice border around the edge. And I cut the Designer Series paper. Now I have two different kinds of paper because it's two-sided paper, so I can pick which side I want the most. And this too is 4 by 5 1/4 because I want to leave that border. So I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive to this and attach this to the front of my card base so you can see how I get that border. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to go ahead and use some of the stamps in that stamp set. I'm going to use It's Time to Celebrate with Cake. Oh. And I'm going to ink this up and stamp that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my markers and just go ahead and color in my words. Once I have that done, that's just going to go right on the inside of my card. And you can see there where I get that border. So once I've got that done, I'm going to go ahead and come in with my Big Shot and that die. Put this up here. Now what I'm using here is I'm actually using my steel plate for my Big Shot. That steel plate works great for these dies that are real detailed. And if you need a lot of... So it really cuts them really cleanly. Once I've done that, I'm going to add my plate to the top. Oh, except you know what? I messed up here. Oh no, that's right. Excuse me. That steel plate works as one of your clear plates. And then you run it through. And these detailed dies, I actually like to run through twice. Just to get that extra cut. And once you've got that cut, what you can use is we have this great little die brush. And if I lay that on there and then take my little brush, that's going to pop out most of those little pieces of paper in that die. And leave them in there. So I can pull this out. You can see how clean that is that way. And then most of the, not all of them, but most of the extra pieces are left inside that foam pad. Now one of the things I'm going to show you here, because this is a pop-up card, it doesn't cut your edges. But I'm going to go ahead and take a scissor, and you can actually see the line, because that's a score line. So if you were doing a pop-up card, that would be where you would fold it on that score line. This time you're just going to trim it on that score line. On both sides. Like that. And then you've got this great little piece of a die that you can go ahead and attach. So what I did is I actually took some dimensionals. My stamp room is becoming a huge mess right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some dimensionals around on the edges so that it doesn't really show through. And then I'm going to pull off these little pieces of paper and attach that to the front of my card base. And by putting that on dimensionals, it really makes those words pop. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some of the baker's twine. And this was a double pack that Stampin' Up! Had in the Occasions mini catalog that coordinate so great with this paper. So I'm just going to take some of the baker's twine and I'm going to make a quick bow and trim it with my scissors. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of snail. You could use a glue dot. Any of that will work. And then just give that a little pop. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece. This is just a scrap of Whisper White and some black ink. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this stamp up that says Let's Party. And I'm going to just go ahead and stamp that onto that piece of scrap. Trim that edge and make this edge a little banner. And that's going to get put right on this card, like that. Anyway, a real quick, easy card using those pop-up dies in just a different way. So, you know, think of all your supplies as you can do a little bit something. You can do a little something different with them. So if you haven't already done so, you may want to sign up for my newsletter. It's at www.dddstamps.com. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.